Ports have always been at the kind of the forefront of change, and you kind of see that throughout the history of ports. They're always, as ships are getting bigger, they have to be unloaded faster and quicker. It uses up a lot of people, and you see that quite dramatically in the 20th century when containerization is introduced, and then suddenly people aren't needed. So by the 1950s, some of the bigger ports like Rotterdam are starting to use these big, large containers, and they start to come into Dublin port in the 1960s.
It changed completely when the 60s ended into the 70s. Just massive changes. Before containerization, if you had a ship with 4 hatches, there could be 2 gangs in some hatches, working both ends, and you'd literally have hundreds of men at the ship. That was all replaced by all this stuff being packed safely in containers. So it was always going to come in, and it was always going to affect us. We began to realise that rather than allow ourselves to be just faded out, that we would take our future in our own hands and we would drive the new equipment needed. One guy on a forklift truck could handle more tonnage cargo in containers in 1 hour than 20 men would do for the day. So it was economics, and if you didn't see that the end of our ways coming, well, there's something wrong with you. So you had to see it.
The bones of it's very basic. The container arrives at the terminal, we book it into our system, the crane sees the message, the truck driver brings the container to the position where we want it to go for planning purposes in the crane stacking area, and we then load from that actual stack when the vessel is in for loading. We literally lift the box from the RTG stacking area, select it, put it onto a tug, a trailer train, which brings it from the stack to the actual vessel. We take it with our crane, our ship-to-shore crane or our mobile crane, from the tug again onto the vessel into a specific location on board the vessel. And then we complete the move systematically, complete the manifest, and send the ship on the way. In any specific day, we would handle anything from 1,250 to 1,350 units gateside, and we can easily handle 2,500 units with 4 vessels working on any given day. It can be crazy. It's a very, very busy environment. It's very challenging, and it's all about policing, understanding, and trying to get the best productivity both shipside and landside. Well, I believe myself that the only way that the containerization world is going to survive is if it develops. I think automation is where it's going. You can see it's in mainland Europe at the moment, so I think it's only a matter of time before it actually progresses globally.